Up, holiday party. I don't think I got invited. Unbelievable. Pretty amazing. And there we go. Beer. Oh, beer. Good morning. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Three Kings. It's almost there. However you celebrate. Thanks for joining me in. Buddy L says, son of a nutcracker. You don't get to wear these sweaters very often, so when you get a chance for that ugly Christmas sweater, well, this one's not too bad, you gotta wear it. We got an exciting week. We're going to go down to Omaha on Thursday, spend Christmas with my mom, 91, but we're going to be there. She still has the 4-bedroom house, but what makes it really exciting is my son Eric and his wife Kim from Denver, and my son Paul and his wife, fiance Michelle out of DC are coming in too. So we're going to be together. And this is the first time I've had Christmas with my children in many, many years. So it is the best present. I mean, I truly don't need a Christmas present. This is everything to me. It's the most meaningful thing. It's just the best thing. And I couldn't be happier. And it's just so exciting. So we're all getting together. Everyone's had their shots. Because the last thing we want to do is kill Ma. And in fact, I get my booster today. My wife and I were going, it's kind of a date thing. Let's go get boosters. You know, I had the shingle shot last Sunday, and when I went to get the, my doctor's said, you got to get the shingle shot, and I've blown it off. I thought, okay, I'm finally getting it. And the gal goes, you know what? They said there's adverse reactions to this. And I goes, listen, I've had lots of shots. I don't get reactions. Holy smokes! It about killed me that night. You know, I'm just sitting on the couch. 2.5 hours later, I suddenly wake up. I went out dark. I didn't dream, and I'm just feeling like I got freaking COVID, man. I'm having fever. I'm kind of achy. I'm so tired. I got a headache coming on, and the next day I didn't sleep good that night. The next day I'm feeling bad. Well, by noon I was feeling much better, which was good because I had my yearly physical. But it was just that shingle shot, holy crap. And then going to get a flu shot. And I never used to get those, but my doctor goes, you're getting old, you need a flu shot. Just super duper. So throw that in the other arm. And that one I didn't feel that good on. And I don't know why I suddenly had all that. So beats me. But yeah, hey, I'm filled with vaccines and crap. And I'm going to get my booster. I mean, my body is just wow. Oh, look out. I can handle anything now, so super. I did send out a bunch of, for those of you that asked for t-shirts and mugs, a lot went out last week. I got a few more that will go out tomorrow, so hey, they're coming. Just these won't be there for Christmas. Yeah, so exciting week we got started up here. I'm very excited for it. I hope you have exciting plans. Good stuff going on. It's a wonderful time of year. Love this time, and it's hard to believe Christmas is almost here. Holy crap, does that come fast? So, oh well. Let's show records. All right. I've received some nice VCLT, and I have more to show. I could have done just a whole episode on it, but I like to space it in. But one, I got this. This came from George Allan. CDs and tapes. No, CDs and LPs. Sorry, George, I messed it up. I'll have it right down in the description below. He actually sent me some money to buy a mug, and which he got his mug. There's a few of you. These I've sent out last week. I do have them coming out again on Monday. So I'm about caught up on those. Just a few left now. But he, so he goes, well, I just thought, hell, I'll give you this. It's called Sleeping Cats. And he goes, for cat. You know, there we go. Sleeping cat. Kind of looks like cat, doesn't it? All right, what do you think? What do you think? Meow, 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 meow. Huh? You know, he just has a total look of indifference. Okay, this is actually a classical piece. And its music is by Mark Louis Lehman. And actually, one piece is about, he's had 5 cats through the years, and it's just kind of about those 5 cats and what he enjoys about them, and it's kind of a playful piece. It's really a lot of solo piano. There's a little slight instrumentation. Another song is about he composed something, a possible movie soundtrack. It hasn't taken, but it's on there. So just beautiful, relaxing piano music and music for cats. For cat. George, he hasn't listened to it. I played it twice. He hasn't listened to it. I'm sorry. Next one I want to thank. This is from my buddy Bill Young. And Bill Young at Michigan Record Club. We've been trying, he lives in town. We've been trying to get together. And his schedules, I mean, mine's is bad. Or he's not feeling well with his cancer. He gets on these different treatments and, it just takes him out. But this is one of the albums he had given me a while back, and I hadn't shown you. It's Michigan Rocks. Isn't that neat? And this is really, it's a cool album. It came out in '77. It has MC5, The Stooges, Bob Seger System, Detroit writer Frost, The Rationales, SRC, Third Power, and Ted Nugent. So it just has this all-star cast of just great songs from these Michigan groups. And not a native of Michigan, I missed out on all this, but Bill is. Bill's so into Michigan rock and music and just a plethora of knowledge. And so he gave me this. Very, very nice. Just fun stuff to have. And by the way, see, this is Michigan. This is Lake Huron here, and that's where I live. I live kind of right on that guy's back right there. So if you're here, that's where I am at. Now you know. Kind of a tourist destination for a lot of music collectors, I think. Yeah, sure. How about some new stuff? This is good. What an album. Curtis Mayfield Roots. Gee, many crickets. This is one of these stupid albums where you slide it, you slide it into the middle. I mean, for God's sakes. Why? This album came out in 1971. It was Curtis Mayfield's second album. It's as powerful, I'll just go out there and say, as powerful as Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. It truly is amazing. I mean, it's really filled with, I don't know, idealistic type lyrics, but they are powerful. They're moving. They talk about what's going on at the time. It really looks at things socially. And what's more important, this is the change of soul music and soul bringing in the funk. It's happening in this album, and you can hear it. And when you think, is that so we got that, kind of different, neat, huh? There he is. There's it's taking soul music. He looks pretty good there too. It's changed in the track that I'm going to play on here, Get Down. You're going to hear this. And when you think Superfly, it's the blueprint. This is the blueprint of where Mayfield's going. And when Superfly comes out, you hear it in this album. It is so good. I mean, there's just these incredible anthems he does. Get Down, Keep On Keeping On is incredibly good. We Got to Have Peace. I mean, again, it's idealistic maybe on some of it, but he's saying what's in his mind and what's on his mind. And it's just wonderful stuff. There is Beautiful Brother of Mine, and there's just this soaring orchestration going on, but underneath that orchestration there is this funky bass and guitar that's just propelling that song forward. It's so interesting. Know You're Gone is like a blues, a impassioned blues. This was wonderful. I never had heard this. I never had listened to it, But I bought that first Curtis Mayfield just recently. This is a repress. This came from Rhino, and I was so impressed with the first Mayfield. And we all know Superfly, right? But sometimes we forget about the other stuff. Man, oh man, oh man, just incredible. What a great album. If you see it, it's worth it. It's just, especially if you're into that 70s soul, going into, when you think blaxploitation films and some of that music, just that funky soul. Wow. Heat.
To the funky groove. Get down, baby. Let the light reflect upon your natural beauty. Get down, baby.
Super stuff. All right. Thanks to the VC, I bought Contanga. George, from Scott Spinner. Was it Scott Spinner 1, George? I might have got the wrong number on there. I'll have it listed down below. George is out of Scotland. A lot of people have shown Contanga, and I've thought about it. George is the one that convinced me. George loves his jazz. And anybody that can love jazz and talk about it with a Scottish accent, I mean, you just... okay, I'm going to buy it. And he got me. He convinced me that I needed to have it. Now, you look at the cover, right? It looks African. And I'm thinking, all right, we're going to have these African rhythms and crap like that. Katanga must be African. Well, it's not. It's hardball. But it was good. It was very, very good. I was ready for these African rhythms to be happening. Where are they at? They weren't there. Now, Katanga itself. Katanga was the Belgium Congo in 1961. Belgium was not very well. What colonial powers really were nice, but Belgians were real. They were a bunch of dicks. They're dicks, and so there was a breakaway republic in the Congo called Katanga. At least they tried until they were put down, and they got rid of them. But then obviously the Congo eventually got their freedom. But so that's where Katanga came from. This is it's done by Curtis Amy and Dupree Bolton, which no idea. And really, I didn't find tons of information about them, but I have no idea who they were. But this is some wonderful hard bop. It's finger popping hard bop. I mean, there's some, like Lonely Woman is a beautiful ballad, and there's some lushness to it, but not to the point where it almost gets sappy or boring that you're going to fall asleep. But Katanga itself is just such a hard driving album. Native Land is like almost 10 minutes, but it is just, I mean, there's this, it's modal music on that one. And these guys, they just play off each other. This wasn't an album about solos. It was about, working with each other. I mean, there's still great soloing going on. But, Curtis Amy and Dupree Bolton, I've never heard. Actually, they said Dupree Bolton, the next time that his name really showed up on a recording was from the Oklahoma prison jazz band. Yeah, I guess things didn't go well, and so here's the next recording, the Oklahoma prison jazz band. And first off, he's in Oklahoma. I mean, yeah, well, maybe things really didn't go well, you know, and the prison jazz band. Not sure exactly what he did, but hey, at least he got to play in the band there and make a recording. So this wonderful album, really like Contanga. You know, there's been so many jazz albums. I can't buy them all. I've had to be very picky because, you know, there's so many things I've been bringing in, especially punk, that is my passion. So, you know, I still bring in some, but not nearly what I had been. But this, I'm glad I did. Very nice. Then let's go to Ofege. All right, Ofege. We're going to say it's called Ofege. You know, using my all my knowledge of the African language there. Okay. This is their fourth album. This came out in 1978. And how do you feel? And again, out of Africa, I'm thinking Nigeria. Gosh darn, you would have thought I could remember that part of it. I swear to God, I do have yeah, Nigeria, Lagos, which so many great things came out of Lagos, Nigeria. Really great music that came from there. This is their fourth album. They kind of broken up, and then they got back together actually in London to do it again. And so this album, you know, and they were more the Afrobeat. Some of their music has a little Zamrock in it. This is, side one is predominantly disco. Side two is predominantly reggae. I know, and they use the word disco a lot. In African music, you'll hear disco a lot. It's dance. But it is disco, like U.S. disco, you know, swirling around. It really was. In fact, there is a song on here. It's called Bump Your Boogie. Bump Your Boogie, do-do-do-do-do, Bump Your Boogie. Serious. Bump Your Boogie sounds like Jungle Boogie. It does sound like, though. Kool and the Gang. Oh, thank God, Kool and the Gang. Probably should edit this thing. Okay, but it sounds like Jungle Boogie from Kool and the Gang. I don't know who made it first, but I'm just telling you, Bump Your Booty. It starts with World in Peace, and World in Peace has these wonderful searing guitars, and you're thinking, oh my God, this thing's going to rock. And then it falls into Burning Jungle. Check it out. Bump Your Boogie, Take Your Mind Away, and very, very disco. Side two really is reggae. John Peel loved this. John Peel promoted this and was a big proponent for this group and really kind of helped pushed it. There's a really relaxing vibe to it that makes it enjoyable and fun. But I mean, I said one side, if you love reggae, you would love side two. Do a great job with reggae. Side one is disco. They took the feel from what was going on when they were in London, both sides. And that's what you got. So interesting music, Ofege. Fourth album, I think that was it for them. This. And the group is called Culture. 2-7 Clash. Picked this up when I was in Boston. It was on the wall, and I went to this record store because, there we go, there's the label. The other ones, you know, it's not originals. That isn't original, so you can see it. I went to the store in Boston because Dave from Localbandography said, you're in Boston, you got to go to this record store. It's a brand new one. And I mean, and it was just a small kind of place. So I went there, and I've done the footage on it, and this was on the wall. And I took some pictures, sent to Dave, and says, hey, look at that, I'm here. Anything I should get? He pointed this out. Then I also asked, and it's reggae, so that means I also have to ask Doug at Fat City Vinyl, reggae, good? They were highly, highly recommended this, and there's a good reason. This is an incredibly great reggae album. I really like this. It came out in 1977. It was the debut of Culture. 2-7 Clash. Marcus Garvey had a prediction, and he said it's about when the two sevens meet. And what it meant is on July 7th, 1977, the sevens clash and get together. Armageddon will happen. In Jamaica, they took that so serious, they closed, businesses closed, the schools closed. It was shutting down. Why? Because Marcus Garvey said these sevens are coming together and it's going to end. So July 8th was probably a big disappointment for some, big part of rejoicing for others. We just made it through the whole seven thing, but it's kind of a cool, all these sevens coming together, right? When does that? It'll never happen like that ever again. So fun stuff. Just one more prediction that we're all going to die. And once again, the next day we're going, oh, wow. Now what do I do? Because I've been preaching this. Now I got to find some other freaking numbers. 1999, baby. So good, great reggae. And when I say there's a lot more going on, so sometimes reggae can be a little stripped down. There is other things happening in there, and this is what I like about that. It's there's a super relaxing vibe to it happening, but there's other types of instrumentation. It's a little more complex. Other things are happening. Really fun that way. Just super good reggae album. Yeah, it's one of the best reggae albums I have. I can't get enough of this thing. Really, really liking it. And if you don't know, you're not sure if you really like reggae, or I don't know, reggae is not my deal, try this one from Culture, 2-7 Clash. I've just felt it's super enjoyable. I'm no expert on this music, but darn it if this wasn't good, and really worth looking into. Good stuff from Group Culture.
Yes, I can see on the harbor, in the Black Star Liner, just lingering and waiting to take on Rasta man. What? Get ready to go to the side, not the dread I say. Get ready to go to the side.
Moving on, let's jump up to Canada. Yeah, here we go again. Look at that. We've been to Michigan. We've been to Nigeria. There, we were in Jamaica a little bit. We've been to the Oklahoma State Prison. What the hell? We're jumping to Canada for the Sadies. Just a wonderful band out of Canada. Still going on. Nico Case's kind of backing band, but they backed so many people. Favorite Colors. This came out in 2004. Very much a country album. Think Birds when they went country. Think when Moby Grape went more country. That's what it was. Hey, see you later, kitty cat. How about that? You're not going to puke, are you? And so it has that feel, very country influenced. It does start. We got it's really, now you have like 1,000 cities falling apart. 1,000 cities, now it's just 1,000 cities falling. It is a really good rocker. And there's these screaming guitars going on. These guys can play. The brothers Dallas and Travis, good. They play off each other, and they almost like interlock guitars and free picking going on, and they're trying to one up each other. Really great stuff. But look, the suit kind of says it all. Hey, it's like a nudie suit. Just wonderful. This band is very, very talented. Very good music. This is, if you're into the country rock and that's your thing, you would absolutely love this album. It's really, it was fantastic. And I just think Bird's Sweetheart of the Rodeo came first to my mind. that kind of thing. There's some, like the Song of the Chief Musician starts off with this lonesome violin. Just sounded so out there and lonely, but more happened, then more orchestration comes in. Great stuff. I've been buying, some Sadies. It's on reissue when you can find it, and really great group. It really is. It's one of those you don't go wrong with. I did a video in 1969. I did show this, but not everyone watches my midweeks. More watch this, so I wanted to show this Second Winter. Johnny Winter's third album, actually, and off No Big Deal, Columbia there. He wasn't... In 1968, Rolling Stone magazine talked about Johnny Winter. He was unknown, but they mentioned him. This is back when Rolling Stone talked about music. Just for a while there, yes, Rolling Stone magazine actually talked about music instead of TV and movie stars. Well, they brought to attention, and he skyrocketed. Everyone was interested, and he got signed in 69. And in 1969, he put out 3 albums. This is his third album. It's his third album from the first year, 69, and why not do a double album? That's a lot of music. Talk about trying to burn somebody out. That's crazy. But this came out, and he was moving from the blues to rock and roll. This is how he was moving, and it's a classic. It's great. There is blues. It starts off with, and of course, it starts off with Memory Pain, and Memory Pain is like a psychedelic blues, and I'm playing you a snippet of that, and it is so good, but it's really psyche. But then he does Johnny Be Good. He does Miss Ann Slippin' and Slidin'. Rock and roll classics from the 50s, right? But this has Highway 61 Revisited. And that, he owns that song. He took Dylan's Highway 61 Revisited, tore it to pieces. Damn, it's good. It is the best cover for me. I love it so much, and it just makes this album worth it. So, he had trio, he had 4. The most notable thing here is there's Johnny. That's his brother Edgar. Those are Edgar's ears. Yeah, his ears are showing. How'd that happen? Edgar Winter has short hair. Now, I've never seen Edgar Winter in short hair, but there it is. Look at him. He looks like he just went to college or got drafted or something like that. Hard to believe. Oh, wow. Those two, Johnny and Edgar Winter, they started playing, they're from Texas. At age 14, they formed their first band, and they played around all over the place in Texas. Of course, it was a novelty, the Albino Brothers, but really good album. Great stuff. Look into that.
The way she treat me, Lord, I just can't keep from crying. Oh, can't keep from crying.
The final one, as I've gone kind of long today, is the Morlocks. And this is just garage rock, punk rock. They formed in 84, broke up in 87, reformed in 2011. There was the Nuggets in the 80s. It was the Nuggets revival. Children of the Nuggets is a wonderful box set that deals with it. And so they were bringing in all these bands, are doing psychedelic music again. And that's the kind of group this is. So this is their first album. It's a small LP, Emerge, kind of like a mini LP. And it's just when they were going to do it, they needed some instruments, so they had a band that they knew called Telltale Hearts, and they said, "Hey, can we borrow your instruments?" You go, "You bet." Well, 2 nights before, Telltale Hearts had a concert, and they smashed up their instruments. So they brought them their smashed instruments, and that's what they used to make this album. So it's made with instruments that were busted up during a concert. I don't know how that all worked out, but I guess it did. But if you're a fan of fuzz, if you're a fan of garage rock, of 60s, you know, psyche garage rock, you would love this. The guitars are great. The vocals are a little kind of so-so, but overall, very, very good stuff. Really like this album. Good, fun listen. So, hey, give it a shot. That's what we got this week. Appreciate everyone for taking the time to spend your Christmas with me, your Christmas season with me, and you know, cheers to you. And I hope each of you have a very, very happy holiday season. You know, whatever you celebrate, enjoy. You know, it is a beautiful time of year. There is no doubt. My favorite time of year, especially as I'm going to see my kids. So that's going to be great. Thanks, everyone. Bye.